A well-maintained Japanese inline-four from the 90S will hit 150,000 miles without ever cracking the engine open. A Harley Twin Cam from the same era often needs a top-end rebuild by 60,000. Same fuel, same roads, same riders, completely different outcomes. And the reason isn't what most people think. It's not Japanese quality versus American soul. It's physics, tolerances, and three specific design choices that change everything. The RPM lifestyle. Here's the first thing nobody talks about. Japanese engines are designed to live at high RPM. American V-twins are designed to live low. A Honda CB 750 or a Yamaha FZ 9 spins happily at 6,000 to 9,000 revolutions per minute all day long. A Harley Milwaukee 8 is making peak torque at 3,250 revolutions per minute and red lines around 5,500. Sounds like the Harley should last longer, right? Less spinning, less wear? Exactly backwards. High RPM Japanese engines use short-stroke designs, lightweight forged pistons, and tight tolerances of around 0.0004 inches on the piston-to-wall clearance. American big twins use long strokes. The Twin Cam 96 has a 4.38-inch stroke, which means the piston travels a massive distance on every revolution. More piston speed at lower RPM equals more wear on the cylinder walls. So if you own a Suzuki SV 650 or a Kawasaki Ninja 650, don't baby it at 3,000 revolutions per minute all day. Those engines were built to breathe above 6,000. Lug it, and you'll actually wear it out faster. Air cooling versus liquid cooling. Now this next one is where a lot of American engines quietly dig their own grave. Most Japanese bikes made after 1995 are liquid-cooled. Most Harleys built before 2017 are air-cooled or partially oil-cooled. Liquid cooling keeps the engine at a steady 195 to 220 degrees Fahrenheit no matter what. Air-cooled engines? In stop-and-go traffic on a 5-degree day, an air-cooled twin cam can hit 350 degrees on the rear cylinder. That's not a small difference. At 350 degrees, the oil starts breaking down. Valve guides expand. The rear cylinder, the one tucked behind the front one with almost no airflow, literally cooks itself. This is why the rear cylinder on a Twin Cam 88 or 96 almost always wears out first. Harley even issued service bulletins about it. If you ride a pre-2017 Harley in hot city traffic, you need synthetic oil rated for high heat, something like AMSOIL 20W, 50 or Mobil 1 V-twin, and you need to change it every 3,000 miles, not 5,000. A Yamaha V-Star 1300 or a Honda Shadow from the same era, liquid-cooled. 5,000-mile intervals are fine, tolerances, and the manufacturing gap. Here's where it gets worse, and this is the part American brand loyalists really don't want to hear. Japanese factories, specifically the Kumamoto Honda plant and Yamaha's Iwata facility, have been running computer-controlled CNC machining on engine internals since the late 80s. Tolerances are held to within 5 microns. That's 5/1000ths of a millimeter. American V-twin manufacturing, especially on pre-2018 Harleys, relied much more heavily on hand finishing and looser tolerances, sometimes 15 to 20 microns on critical surfaces. What does that actually mean for you? It means 2 brand new engines off the line behave differently. The Japanese one runs smoother, uses less oil, and wears evenly. The American one might burn a quart every 2,000 miles from day one, and nobody considers it a defect. Harley actually states in their owner's manuals that consumption up to a quart per 1,000 miles is normal. A Honda Goldwing will go 100,000 miles without touching the dipstick. Think about that, in the maintenance reality nobody admits. Now forget everything I just said for a second, because this next point flips the whole argument. American engines are easier to rebuild. A Japanese inline-four, once it finally wears out at 120,000 miles, is basically disposable. Pulling the head off a Kawasaki ZX6R means removing the fairings, the airbox, the throttle bodies, dealing with shim under bucket valves, and sourcing parts that Kawasaki may not even stock anymore. A top-end rebuild at a shop runs $2,500 to $4,000. A Harley Evo or Twin Cam? You can pull the top end in your garage with hand tools in a weekend. Pushrod engine, screw and lock nut valve adjustment, Aftermarket parts available from 10 different suppliers. A full top-end rebuild in parts runs about $800 to $1,200 if you do it yourself. So here's the real math. Japanese engines last longer before they need major work. American engines need major work sooner, but they're cheaper and simpler to fix. If you own a Sportster 883 or a Dyna, learning to do your own top-end work essentially makes the engine immortal. If you own a modern Japanese sport bike, you're better off riding it until it dies and replacing the whole bike. The valve adjustment trap. And this next one is the one that costs riders the most money, and almost nobody does it right. Japanese bikes with shim under bucket valves, that's most sport bikes. The Yamaha R6, the Suzuki GSX R750, the Honda CBR 600RR need valve clearance checks every 16,000 miles. Skip this, and the valves go tight. Tight valves don't close fully. Exhaust valves that don't close get burned by combustion gases. You lose compression, then the valve seat erodes, then you're doing a $2,000 head job. A lot of owners skip this check because it's $400 to $600 at a dealer, and the bike feels fine. But the feeling comes after the damage is done. American V-twins with hydraulic lifters, every Twin Cam and Milwaukee 8 never need valve adjustments. Ever. The lifters self-compensate. One less thing to track, one less thing to screw up. So if you own anything Japanese and sporty, put the valve check in your calendar. It is not optional. It's the single most ignored service interval in motorcycling, and it kills more engines than any other neglect. The real answer. So which engine lasts forever? Here's the honest truth. A Japanese engine lasts longer with basic maintenance. An American engine lasts longer with involved maintenance. The Japanese engine is built so tight from the factory that it forgives years of neglect. The American engine is built simple enough that a dedicated owner can rebuild it 3 times for the cost of replacing a Japanese one once. That Honda Goldwing at 300,000 miles? The owner probably just changed the oil and rode it. That Panhead still running from 1,954? The owner has rebuilt it 6 times and knows every bolt by name. Neither is better. They're built for different owners. Remember that 90s sick inline-four at 150,000 miles versus the Twin Cam needing a rebuild at 60,000? The inline-four owner probably never opened the engine once. The Twin Cam owner probably opened it twice, and that Harley will outlive both of them because of it. Here's the one thing to remember. Match your maintenance style to your engine, not the other way around. Buy a Japanese bike if you want to ride, and forget. Buy an American bike if you want to wrench and bond. Pick the wrong one for your personality, and it doesn't matter how well it was built, you'll kill it anyway. If this changed how you think about your engine, you know what to do.